Welcome to Squawk 7000's weekly roundup of aviation news, brought to you in partnership with flyinginireland.com. Remember to subscribe and to keep us as your top choice for Ireland's aviation news, delivering news to your device every week. I'm Michael Cummin. And we hear from D-Fend, a company that has a defence system against illegal drone operations.
Yeah, there are two threats. One is security and the other one is flight safety. If you take flight safety initially, this is, as Jeffrey said, it's someone just flying their drone, trying to either get a cool shot of an aircraft and not realising the danger of it. A lot of people flaunt that. Other people don't know the rules, as he mentioned. And also you've got those people who might decide to protest by putting a drone up to prevent aircraft from flying. And what they're largely unaware of is the impact that a drone can have on an aircraft these days.
Dublin Airport is set to roll out new anti-drone technology soon to reduce the disruption caused by illegal drone activity in the area. Over the past 7 weeks, there have been multiple instances of drone sightings within the airport's airspace, leading to flight cancellations and rerouting. The government recently granted permission to the Dublin Airport Authority, DAA, to install the technology, which will allow them to control drones flying within 5 kilometres of the airport and either send them back or bring them down in a controlled manner. DAA has already ordered the new system and is expecting it to be operational in the coming weeks. This technology will supplement the existing drone detection systems that have been in place in the airport for years. Well, to tell us more about some of the technological options, we're joined from D-Fend Solutions by Jeffrey Starr and Mark Rutherford. Gentlemen, welcome to Squawk 7000. Can you tell us a little bit more about the options that are available in the protection of airports?
That's great. Exactly. Our mission and purpose is to bring a different, new category, if you will, of technology to address the rogue drone threat. And just to be clear, we're very pro-drone. We want the new drone economy to flourish and succeed. But we realize that as drones proliferate, they're becoming a greater danger and risk and threat to many sensitive environments, most notably airports. But the challenge was traditional counter-drone solutions, contending with the danger from the sky, if you will, came from the military realm. And they were based on other technologies, which we'll talk about in a minute. So what we developed is a new category that we call cyber detection and cyber mitigation, which is aimed at confronting this threat in a way that's safe and controlled and allows continuity. It basically allows an incident to become a non-incident. And we literally detect and then take over the drone and land it safely. And this is a sharp contrast with some other technologies, which, were the legacy way of dealing with this, which I'll let Mark elaborate on a bit later. But we have hundreds of deployments globally, worldwide, in many different environments. We're in over 20 countries. We're used by top tier government agencies. We've been selected that way. So that's kind of what we were created to contend with, is to deal with this drone threat, but in a way that's safe and controlled and allows continuity of operations.
And Jeffrey, if we could create a distinction really between the two kinds of threat, because there would be the person with an intention to do actual harm. And I don't know if it's in your marketing plan under a category of just the idiot who doesn't know how to operate their drone. Can you clarify the difference for us in that?
Yeah, I'll answer that in two different ways. What we, or what the industry, I should say, calls the careless, or the clueless.
Clueless, I like that one. Yeah.
Actually, there's four: careless, clueless, criminal, and combatant.
Okay.
So they're all threats in different ways. I mean, some people, like you said, it just could be a kid playing with the drone near the airport that could cause a collision. It could be someone showing off. It could be someone engaged in some sort of criminal activity, and it could actually be a bad actor, a terrorist, or a bad state actor. But specific, that's kind of the motive. But in terms of the different threats at an airport, that can also vary, aligned with those different kind of actors. It could be a collision. It could be, danger to the assets. It could be danger to passengers. It could be someone doing surveillance for a future attack. It could be, an attack on a VIP that's arriving to the airport. So there's many different types of threats specifically in a sensitive environment. And of course, an airport needs to do the analysis of all these different use cases and scenarios and have the technology to confront them.
Mark Rutherford's also on the call with us. Mark, from your perspective in the UK and seeing what's happening here in Ireland, can you contextualise the actual threat there is to an airport from drone operators?
Yeah, there are two threats. One is security, and the other one is flight safety. If you take flight safety initially, this is, as Jeffrey said, it's someone just flying their drone, trying to either get a cool shot of an aircraft and not realizing the danger of it. A lot of people flaunt that. Other people don't know the rules, as he mentioned. And also you've got those people who might decide to protest by putting a drone up to prevent aircraft from flying. And what they're largely unaware of is the impact that a drone can have on an aircraft these days. The drones are becoming bigger and you only need to ingest one into an engine. And the main thing is the drones are operating one in cool footage or around local areas. So they're generally quite low. We're talking a couple of hundred, couple of thousand feet, quite close into the airport, quite close to the aircraft. And unfortunately, and I am a pilot, when you go to land an aircraft or take off an aircraft, it's a critical point is takeoff and landing. So if you ingest a drone at that point, it's a real problem. And they're not really aware of that. So that's one element which puts the lives of the crew and the passengers at risk. And the other one's security, where you've got a state actor or somebody who maliciously wants to do something bad. You've got air traffic control, you've got fuel farms, you've got the terminal, you've got lots of other sensitive locations like navigation aids, which can all be disrupted. And when they go down, they're down for weeks, not just a couple of hours. So they're the two main risks is the flight safety risk and the security risk to an airport. If you consider some of the statistics that have been put out there as well, and you consider how many passengers are flying through there, the UK National Police Chiefs Council started collating data in October 22. And in 6 months, they've recorded 13,000 incidents of drone misuse, of which 1,400 were at airports. That's an astonishing 230 every month, or on average, more than 7 incidents of drone incursions every day. Now, I don't have the details for Ireland because they're not published, but you only need to look in the news to see what's happening with Dublin Airport. And they're the ones that are reported, and they're the ones that have hit the public. Can you imagine how many more that you don't see? Or actually pass an aircraft, and the pilot doesn't see it, and the public don't see it, and it's been another near miss. So we're talking about 7 per day, which is quite a lot every single day.
Building on Mark's point, only a small percentage of these incidents make it into the public domain. We actually try to capture all of them. We have something that we provide as a public service to the industry called a drone tracker, a drone incident tracker, and it's available on our website. And just since the beginning of the year, above and beyond the multiple incidents at Dublin, you can see many examples. I mean, in Edinburgh, flight departures were disrupted and delayed because of an unauthorized drone near the runway. There were major delays a few times at Madrid this year already because drones were spotted by incoming planes. And even small and regional airports are plagued by this. In Palm Beach, Florida, in the U.S., a drone was spotted right off the right side of an aircraft, which caused disruptions and delays in operations. So there's many of these that you can see on our tracker in the news every day.
I suppose finally, if I could ask you both, really to put it in context for us, there might be a sense here in this part of the world that there's been a slow response to this particular threat. Can you outline what might some of the factors be that have to be taken into consideration?
There's a lot, really. There is transmission licenses. So if you're going to deal with a drone, there are several factors. Yes, you may be able to detect a drone, but detecting a drone doesn't deal with it. So yes, there's a drone out there, and you may know before it reaches the airport, you may know once it's already over the airport by whatever method's been reported, even if it's just the public. But once that happens, you've got to deal with it. And you can't really shoot it down. Firing nets at it and trying to catch it with a bird or another drone, the NATO have proven that that's still very, very immature, even for a military solution. So an airport where it's expensive, you don't want to be wasting hours chasing. So only really leaves a couple of options like jamming or a cyber solution, and both of them require permission to do so. Generally with the police, but that's moving ahead now. So governments are now moving towards and open their eyes towards the fact that there is a new solution, and that solution is a cyber takeoff. So rather than jamming it and not knowing what the drone's going to do, where it's going to land, whether it's going to crash, whether it's going to go back and arrive in the hands of the operator so they can try again, the way to do it is to remove it from the sky. And to do that, you need to be able to get permission to do so. And that's taking something off somebody. Now, that is happening, and it's happening across Europe right now. So this is moving, but it's getting a government to recognize and understanding it's new technology, and the wheels of government move fairly slow, especially when you're asking for permission to do something. So a lot of the airports are struggling at the moment with getting permission, and they can do it, and it is working. So it's working with Europe, and it has worked in the UK. And I think within Ireland now, the Irish government needs to move forward, open its eyes, and provide some emergency powers or give measures to airports and the likes of the Garda to be able to use these systems right now and operate it, so preventing the issue rather than wait until it occurs and trying to deal with the issue with something that isn't guaranteed.
Mark Rutherford and Jeffrey Starr from D-Fend Solutions, thank you both for joining us. Looks like the end might be in sight for the nuisance drone activity around our airports. Thank you for joining us on Squawk 7000.
Thank you, Michael. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Remember, if you've any aviation news that you'd like to share with us, include us in your news emails and send your stories to news@squawk7000.ie. Remember too, we have over 135 episodes of Squawk 7000 in the library, including our summer series of extended interviews with people from the world of aviation.